expectations.
Have I ever let you down?
Every single goddamn time.
Then I'm due.
Your Apple stock is worth $441 million. And your daughter and her mother are on welfare.
She's not my daughter!
You must be able to see that she looks like you.
We will know soon enough if you were Leonardo da Vinci or just think you are.
You're the only one who sees the world the same way I do.
I always like talking about memorable moments. Was there a day or two on set that you'll always remember from the making of this film?
Any number of days were incredibly exciting. You know, we were shooting in the actual locations. We were not just Symphony Hall, not just San Francisco Opera House, but the garage.
The first thing we filmed was the scene like where we're in the garage kind of arguing about the circuit boards, and we filmed it in the actual garage where Steve Jobs and Wozniak worked, and that was kind of surreal. And shooting in those theaters was amazing. Getting to go to them and being in the orchestra pit and actually getting to, and we were in them after hours, so we would go in right when the show's finished, so there would literally be like ballerinas walking around.
This is such an almost unrelated to the film dumb anecdote, but I have a friend who's a principal dancer with the San Francisco Ballet, and we were shooting the second launch part of the film in the bowels of the theater. And so when I had a break from shooting, I went upstairs and I watched her rehearse. And it was kind of an amazing, because sometimes you need to put your mind somewhere else in between takes and stuff, or not between takes, between setups when you have a little more time off. But you know, it was sort of this beautiful, comforting thing for me in the middle of these really tough scenes to just watch my friend, you know, dance. She's an extraordinary ballerina, so it was really beautiful. And then I go downstairs and yell at Michael some more.
Jobs insists, I'm quoting,
I didn't invent math.
28% of the male population of the United States could be the father.
I wasn't saying you slept with 28% of American men. I was using an algorithm based on the blood test, which said there was a 94.1% chance that I'm the father.
I think real standout moments for sure were probably one of the earliest scenes between Michael and I in Act 1, where we leave the stage, we need to get the voice demo to work again, we go off stage, we go up a spiral staircase, along a long corridor, into a dressing room, back out of a dressing room. It was a 9.5-minute take, and we shot that during our first week of filming, and we were both like, wow, okay. There'll be no nights of heavy drinking for us on this film.
The scene with Michael in the middle, or Act 2, where we really went at each other, was a great day. We worked really well together, and I was a little late on that one. Yeah, I'll come in quicker on that, great. And then you go at it, and you're just tearing each other apart. But it was a real dance, that screaming at each other and really going at each other. But it was two guys, two pros working together.
It's having no control. You find out you're out of the loop when the most crucial events in your life were set in motion. As long as you have control. I don't understand people who give it up.
It was actually the weird days where we advertised for crowd. We couldn't afford to fill the theatres. So we advertised online for people to come in, dressed in gear from the 80s, and fill these theatres on a Saturday to give up their Saturday. They turned up. We were mobbed. That's his, you know, I mean, we were shooting in San Francisco, which helps. But we had 3,000 people turn up 3 different times for those big days, and they were amazing. Because you sense the energy of people, the desire, the thirst for this world that he's given us, this potential that he's given us. There's some critics there as well, of him as well. And that was salutary. You know, because you go, wow. And they make an enormous impression on the film. And they did it for free. We gave them an apple, I think. A real apple, not a product. An actual apple and a banana, I think, as their lunch. And that was it. And they gave us that time for free. So if any of them are watching, listening, hats off to them.
Well, it's happening.
The comeback of a superstar.
Co-founder Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs is returning to Apple.
2 most significant events of the 20th century. The Allies win the war, and this.
Ladies and gentlemen, Steve Jobs.